Hi gorgeous, and a very happy Frugal Friday to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome to you. I make videos like this every Friday focusing on drugstore products, so please subscribe to be notified of new videos in the future. Today we're focusing on the new hard candy color correctors. Several of you brought these to my attention, so went out of my way to drive to my most favorite Walmart ever, and you can see why it is my absolute favorite. The displays are beautiful here. It's one of the Walmarts that is not ransacked when you walk in, and everything has a place. So I picked up one of the primers, the powders, the under eye color corrector, and the cream sticks to try for you. So I'll be showing you how these apply in today's video with a complete demonstration, and I'll also show you what they look like at the end of a 12-hour wear day. And we'll find out, are they worth getting or not? Real quick, if you want to see how I got the winged eyeliner that I'm wearing in today's video, I will have that video linked for you below. It posted earlier this week. So the color correctors that I am going to be trying out as part of today's video are the yellow one. This is their Radiant Primer, and it's used to correct mild redness, which I do have sporadically across my face. I'll also be using their Color Correct in Peach, and this is a cream formula, which is a little different than the primer, so we'll see how that one performs. And finally, what else did I have to test out here? Oh, okay, their Color Correct Expert Stick. This is also in the shade yellow, and I wanted to try one of these out to see how the formula performed. And finally, I'll be trying out their Color Correct Finishing Powder, and this is supposed to set your makeup, blur your flaws, and make you look fantabulous. Now we start with the primer here. So I'm using this yellow one, and this again is to correct mild redness. I'm going to take a small amount. I don't want that much. That's what it looks like. I'm going to put mustard on my face. Okay, stranger things have happened on this channel. Just going to try it out. I'm going to blend it in with my fingers. Well, it did take away the redness that I had on my cheek there. Because you can see I still have redness over here on this cheek. And it's pretty diminished on this side just with using that primer. Now let's let it set for a little second here. While I'm waiting on that to set, I'm going to take a little bit more of this and apply it down here on my nose, because I get redness around my nose too. Now you saw how much I used. Very, very tiny amount. And look at the results there. Took away that redness instantly. Compared to the side of my face over here, you can see the real difference. And it is like a primer when you apply it onto the skin. It's not tacky. It dried very quickly, and it's not sitting on top of the skin. It's not visible if I look at my skin very closely. I didn't know what to expect with using yellow to correct redness, because I've always used green to correct redness. And when you look at the color wheel, you're supposed to use green, but yellow surprisingly worked really well here. So on the other side, I'm going to try the Expert Stick in yellow and see how that performs compared to the primer. Just blend this in with a finger again. I'm gonna apply a little bit more. I don't feel like maybe I got enough because the redness is still there. Try a little more and then blend it in again. Problem I feel like with these sticks is that if you apply too much, it's going to start to look cakey. But with the small amount I originally applied, it's not really covering up the redness. It did a halfway decent job, but didn't meet my expectations, as well as the primer side over here. I don't really care for the formula of this one. I feel like it's sticking to my pores, and for some reason I feel like it's sparkly when I look real closely at it. I don't need sparkle in my pores. Next up, I'm going to try the Color Correct Expert Cream, and this is in the shade Peach. And I'm going to use this underneath my eyes. Great little wand for application. Looks like a nail polish brush at the end. Actually, I'm not going to apply it on this eye. I want you to see the difference between one eye to the next. To blend this in, I'm going to use some new sponges that appeared next to the hard candy color correcting display in Walmart also. Equate came out with a whole line of these color correcting sponges. So you get this one for foundation, this one for underneath the eyes, and I think this one may be for blush or underneath the eyes. I don't know, I may have gotten that wrong. Anyway, I'm gonna take this one and use that to blend this underneath my eyes. And it is damp, by the way. Very soft sponge. And these were rather affordable too. All right, that is with just one layer of the peach color corrector under this eye compared to this eye over here. It's done an okay job of covering up my purple under eye circles, but with this one, I would feel like I would need a second application with it. So I am going to attempt that and hope it doesn't get too cakey, and blend again. Now you have to remember too that you're going to be applying a concealer over the top of this color corrector. So this is not the final step of application, but if you compare this eye with this eye, the results are noticeably improved. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a concealer and apply that over the top. I'm gonna use my favorite one, the Maybelline Age Rewind. Oh, I love this stuff. And apply that over the top here. And this is where you do see the true difference between the two sides. After applying the color corrector and the concealer, you can see that my purple under eye circles have been completely covered. For my foundation, I'm using my favorite drugstore one of the moment, the CoverGirl Outlast 3-in-1 foundation. Yes, despite what you may think, this is my favorite drugstore foundation, and I've been wearing it a lot lately. And I'm gonna blend that in with one of the Equate sponges also. And finally, I'm going to take the Hard Candy Color Correcting Finishing Powder with an e.l.f. powder brush here, swirl that around there, and then set everything. Finished results, extremely beautiful. Very happy with that aspect of these products, with the exception of that Expert stick that I applied on this side. True test will be how these products last throughout the day. And after wearing the products all day, this is what my face looked like at the end of 12 hours. Now there was some minor creasing underneath my eyes that I typically don't experience with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer by itself. So I have a feeling that it was just because I was layering so much product on top of product that I got that creasing underneath the eyes. But the primer did not come through on my face. It stayed true to my skin tone, and there was no indication that I had been wearing a color corrector underneath all of the makeup that day. So overall, I give 2 thumbs up to the Hard Candy Color Correcting Primers. Really liked these a lot and highly recommend getting those if you're interested in something that will color correct any problem area on your face. I didn't care too much for the under eye color corrector simply because I felt like I had to layer it to get it to really cover my purple under eye circles, and didn't like how cakey it got if I did layer too much of it. And I didn't really care for the crayon version of these color correctors either, just my own personal opinion. Did really like the powder. I don't know how much of a color correcting effect it had on me personally, but I did like it and the consistency and how long it lasted. Let me know what you thought about these based off of today's video, or if you've tried them out yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more like this in the future. I'll see you again next time.